Hello. Woo. Woo. Zero. The Brooks Adrenaline 16 review. Boulder. If you don't know about that race, check out the Boulder. What's up? Lenny once again here from the Lenny Sports Talk Show, Monday and Thursdays, 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on KUHSdenver.com. About to do another quick review of the Brooks Adrenaline 16 GTS, or the Brooks Adrenaline GTS 16, if that's how it goes. But I did, this is my initial thoughts of the shoe. I only did one run in it, but I'm just going to go ahead and review it at that. One thing I love about Brooks shoes is they're very comfortable. Some of the most comfortable shoes, I believe, on the market. I think them and Zoot Sports have a real competition going with their uppers and how comfortable they are. I don't ever get hot spots or blisters in Brooks. These also come in 2E wide, and it has their DNA, kind of low profile. Their shoes are always very stable to me. To me, this is also a very stable shoe. Has quite a bit of cushion in the tongue and also the heel, but it doesn't push my foot up too far. And I wear size 11 or 11 and a half. In most shoes, I usually get 11 and a half. This shoe I opted for an 11, and it fits perfect, honestly. I'm not sure why that is, but other shoes, it just seems like my foot's just forced to the top and hitting the top, and it's just uncomfortable. Maybe it's just because their upper's so soft and nice and plush that, you know, it doesn't really hurt my feet. But, you know, that's just what I found. The size 11 was perfect. The 11 and a half would probably be too big. I could probably fit an 11 and a half. Maybe if I was doing a really long 20-mile run, I would want to opt for that. But I figured that all this padding right here would push my foot too far forward in an 11, and really wasn't the case. Actually, my toes felt pretty good. They didn't hit the top. Once again, to get you caught up on what my foot is like, I have a Morton's toe, which means my middle toe is bigger than my actual big toe. So the traditional shoe shape that's kind of just long kind of fits my foot really well. Brooks has a huge stack height discrepancy here, so it's really tall in the back and really I don't know, not as tall in the front on the stack height. I believe it's about 20 millimeters in the front and probably around 30 millimeters in the back. So it's a pretty high discrepancy on that. But to me, that's the higher, you know, the heel is, the better off, because I get heel bruises, plantar fasciitis pretty easily. And this is a shoe I probably would get that in if I was running like 10 miles a day in it. If I was going to run any sort of mileage in this, I would definitely opt for 34 miles, and that's it. I wouldn't run like too far in it. I usually run more of the more cushioned shoes to get the 10 miles that I usually do a day. But yeah, I mean, this is definitely a nice trainer though, maybe a race day shoe. Very comfortable. A lot of padding in the back, like I said. This traction tends to be very good. This bottom almost reminds me of, if you're familiar with the Ghost, I think it was like the Ghost 3. Kind of has that familiarity. I mean, it kind of has that hard counter right here where your arch is. I didn't feel that much of an arch, you know, support, which is good because you don't want too much of an arch. You want it kind of medium. You don't want it like pressing up against there. Even if you have a high arch, to me that's just really annoying. I don't really have a high arch. I have a lower arch, just to get you familiar with my shoe or my foot. We can also do the size test on the sole. I'll take the shoe off, put it down here, and I'll let you know, see how this is. I mean, Brooks, kudos for them for always having the sizing pretty well done, in my opinion. And so here's how it looks. I mean, it kind of looks standard, honestly. I mean, my foot's not all the way to the back. There it is. I mean, it seems standard enough to where there's enough room, and enough room for me to slide forward a little bit and not be totally not comfortable. But I mean, a lot of size 11s tend to look exactly the same on the sole, the insole test, but they tend to fit really snug right here. My toes at the front, but not on Brooks. So that's really good. Really good shoe, really comfortable shoe. Like I said, Brooks one of the, I think the second on the market next to Hoka on selling shoes. But definitely a good shoe. I would recommend it, definitely. You can get it in the 2E if your foot's wide. And it definitely is a very stable shoe. So Brooks did a good job. The laces are just these standard little, I don't even know, it's just really nice lacing. I love the lacing. The tongue is actually kind of thicker compared to other running shoes. Then they have these two little things right here, this knob right here and knob right here. But I did run on this on the trail and on roads, and the trail, I mean, it just felt like a very stable shoe. So, I mean, and to me, anything that's very stable on the trail works well on the trail. Probably, you know what Brooks can probably do, and I'd buy 100 pairs of your shoes if you did this. Instead of using the heavy DNA that makes your shoe as heavier than more cushion shoes on the market, keep your DNA in there, but then just blow out the insole, make it wide, make it tall, make it thick. The only thing that the market's lacking right now is a huge, thick sole trainer that's very platformed and stable. I mean, Hoka finally came out with their Bondi 2E, but nobody really has that right now. And so I think that's the only thing really missing. Something, well, I mean, the Hoka Constant kind of has it, but I mean, if Brooks was just to blow out their material here, I'd say another 5 millimeters on each side, I mean, they would just kill it. I mean, that's the only thing I have to say. And you don't really have to throw more DNA in there. You don't have to make it more heavier of a shoe. You know, all you gotta do is blow out the EVA, make it softer, taller, and wider. And you know, wider and taller would definitely hit the market and kill it right now. But let's go weigh this shoe, and then we'll be done. Gotta go. Okay, I'm running with it. I'm running with it. Here we go. I'm running with it. I'm running with it. Going. 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 Here we go. Gonna win the race. Gonna win the race. It's flying. It's Brooks. It's Brooks. It's flying. So we'll turn on the scale. It says zeros now. Okay, now we'll put it on there. See how much it weighs. It's at about 0.6, 0.8 of a pound. So I'll do the math for you real quick on a calculator. So kind of a heavier shoe. And like I said, you know, the DNA just makes it heavier. If they were just to blow that out a little bit, make the stack height higher, and make it softer, make it better. That's the only improvements I can see. But Brooks, definitely a comfortable shoe, 3 miler. Lots of cushioning in the heel. See y'all later.